Ducharme. Je voulais simplement savoir, toi qui l'as connu dans un tournoi de courte durée où est-ce qu'il fallait se tourner de bord rapidement, qu'est-ce que tu peux nous dire de ton expérience là, avec Dominique?
Ah ben, à la base, Dom, c'est une bonne personne. C'est un coach que, comme tu as dit, on n'a pas travaillé ensemble très longtemps, mais que c'est facile à parler. Toujours là pour toi. Surtout, je pense qu'à 18 ans, championnat du monde, c'est un tournoi qui a beaucoup de pression aussi. Il a été bon. En tout cas, pour moi, à un peu enlever un peu de pression, juste du fait que tu peux être confortable à y parler. Mais bon coach de système aussi. Mais j'ai vraiment aimé ça travailler avec.
Go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hi, Pierre-Luc. Just wondering, with the move to wing, how much of that decision, or how much of you are in that decision, and how long do you expect to stay there?
I'm trying to remember. One morning, I think I just came and Paul said, you're going to play with Scheif and Wheels, and I mean, they're two amazing players, so it's not too hard to change positions to play with those two guys. It didn't take any convincing, really. And then I don't know exactly how long I'll be there. If hopefully we keep having good games and maybe I stay there for the rest of the year. Who knows? But I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. We have so much depth, so many good players on this team that whether you're left wing, right wing, or center any line, you're in a good spot.
Go next to Paul Friesen from the Winnipeg Sun. Go ahead, Paul.
Good afternoon, Pierre-Luc. Can you take us through your feelings for the Habs and what it's like playing them? From a kid to today, what's it been like for you for the Habs?
Yeah, well, it's a team that my grandparents loved. When I was a kid, they buying pajamas for me, Montreal Canadiens or pillowcases or anything like that. And then growing up in Quebec, that every time you turn on the sports channel, it's about them. And I never been to a Montreal Canadiens game. The first time I went to the Bell Center was to play against them my first year in the league. But they're a really good team. They compete hard. They're never easy to play against. They have one of the best goalies in the NHL as they're kind of the cherry on top. So it's never an easy game to play them. And then, obviously when I play Montreal, I have friends and family that come. So it adds a little special thing to it.
We'll go next to Ken Wiebe from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weber.
Thank you. Pierre-Luc, you played for Dom Ducharme at the World Junior. I mean, how would you describe his coaching style as he takes over the Canadiens? Yeah, well, we didn't work too long together because it was just like the tournament. But first off, he's a great person, and I think that's important. To build relationships with the players, and as an 18-year-old going into that World Junior tournament, it's a lot of pressure. It's whether it's game one or the finals, especially when it's in Canada, you have a lot of pressure. So to have him there, I think it helped me a lot to feel a lot better and maybe have more confidence. And then in terms of systems and stuff like that, he was great. He was easy to talk to. He was, the explanations were clear and precise. So I had a good time working with him at that tournament.
We'll go next to Alex Bélanger-Champagne from La Presse. Go ahead.
Bonjour Pierre-Luc, juste continuer un peu par rapport à Dominique Ducharme. Il n'y a pas tous les entraîneurs qui sont capables de passer du junior ou d'entraîneur adjoint à entraîneur-chef. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans sa boîte à outils, Dominique Ducharme, qui fait que d'après toi, il va avoir du succès dans la Ligue nationale?
Oui, mais je pense que, comme tu dis, c'est pas facile. Je pense qu'en tant que coach, pour un joueur, pour des joueurs, c'est important que le message soit clair, soit précis, mais que aussi tu sois capable que la porte soit ouverte des fois pour parler, pour avoir des discussions. Comme j'ai dit, j'ai pas travaillé super longtemps avec Dom pendant le tournoi, mais c'est quelqu'un à qui je fais parler, quelqu'un à qui tu fais parler juste à propos de ta vie ou à propos de comment tu te sentais, ou à propos des systèmes aussi. Et je pense en tant que coach, des fois, je pense que c'est ça qui peut faire la différence pour ça, pour la relation entre les joueurs et le staff. C'est juste que tu peux leur parler, c'est pas nécessairement tu fais juste ça et après ça, tu vas sur la glace. Je pense que des fois, c'est important que les joueurs soient confortables. Puis Dom, c'était quelqu'un qui a été très bon pour moi, je pense.
I'll go back to Jeff Hamilton from the Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Pierre-Luc, just to go back to shifting over to the wing, how much of that? A lot of people talk about the adjustment from center to wing being a little bit less wear and tear on the body, just because traditionally you would have less responsibility per se in the offensive or in the defensive zone. How much of that is to do with what you've been dealing with post returning from your quarantine?
Yeah, I think there's definitely some on that. When I first came back after the 2 weeks and then 4 days, when you're battling in the D zone, for 10, 15 seconds, and you can't battle at 50%, you have to battle 100%. And then you got to sprint to help the wingers. Then you got to kind of have to sprint maybe to forecheck. And then, if it's a turnover, you come back and you're still sprinting in those battles in the D zone. It's hard. It's definitely, I think, less taxing on the body as a winger. And I think I felt that a bit against, that Vancouver game. I felt a lot better than I felt that first game coming back. But I think, I had a lot of practices too, a lot of skating. So that probably helped also. But I think playing wing definitely, eases the load physically, when you're coming back in the lineup.
And final question to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Weber.
Just on that front, Pierre-Luc, how would you describe the process of getting comfortable in a new system, especially under the circumstances for you that you've dealt with? Yeah, it's honestly, I'm feeling really good about that. We watched a lot of video when I was in quarantine. It's not the same as being on the ice, but we paid close attention to details of the game, and the neutral zone, the D zone, the offensive zone is more, I think, reads and stuff, like just getting comfortable. But the guys have been really great too, communicating with me on the ice, on the bench, showing me clips, with the iPad. But I'm feeling more and more comfortable, and I'm almost to the point now where, it feels natural when I get out there.
Thanks very much, Pierre-Luc.
Thank you.
Jets head coach Paul Maurice will be up shortly. Thanks, everyone.